It is critical for NBA arenas to have an optimal location within the city, as there are several games and other events throughout the week. They have a significant advantage over MLB and NFL stadiums, as NBA arenas require a much smaller footprint. Surprisingly, there are still quite a few NBA teams and cities behind the times in this regard. Which cities have built the worst arenas for people, but a paradise for cars? First, let's quickly highlight the very best of the best. Barclays Center in Brooklyn. The 2, 3, 4, 5, B, D, N, Q, and R trains stop at Atlantic Avenue Barclays Center, directly below the arena. Before the game, Habana Outpost for a Cubana will hit the spot. Then watch a great team with 2 superstars, Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant. Oh wait, never mind. TD Garden in Boston. It's located directly above North Station. The Lowell, Haverhill, Newburyport, Rockport, and Fitchburg lines all run directly into North Station. Hub Hall is the go-to spot before or after the game. The NBA is just better when the Celtics are good. Madison Square Garden in New York City. New Yorkers are so spoiled. The arena literally sits on top of the busiest transportation facility in America, Penn Station. A slice at New York Pizza Suprema before the game ought to do the trick. But maybe New Yorkers aren't that spoiled, since the most recent championship for the Knicks was in 1973. Oof. Now for the teams and cities that have doubled down on card dependency. I was surprised by the data from walkscore.com for a few of these. Amway Center in Orlando, Florida. I gotta give Orlando some props, as they've developed the SunRail that provides Central Florida with commuter rail service and limo, one of the nation's first bus rapid transit systems. However, this is still Orlando. You'll need to walk across this giant intersection under Interstate 4 to reach any pre- or post-game activities. Amway Center is a phenomenal arena once you step inside. If only the Magic's performance could match it. FedEx Forum in Memphis, Tennessee. It's Memphis. You're driving, but at least there's some fun to be had around the arena. Beale Street is kind of like a baby Bourbon Street. FedEx Forum may be the most appropriate arena name for a Memphis team, but the Grizzlies' name should have been left in Vancouver. Spectrum Center in Charlotte, North Carolina. You know, I'm a little perplexed why Spectrum Center in Charlotte has such low scores. They have a decent light rail system and a couple protected bike lanes around the arena. I don't know about you, but I'm going for the Whopper at BK across Trade Street. By the way, is MJ ever going to win a ring as a team owner? Certainly not trending that way. The Toyota Center in Houston, Texas. The Toyota Center is in downtown Houston, so this speaks to just how much further Houston has to go. The best thing about a Rockets game recently is the chips and queso with margaritas at Papacitos across the street. Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse in Cleveland, Ohio. You know, the Rapid isn't a bad way to get to the game, but you can forget about biking. Cleveland does have the right idea in mind, placing the NBA arena and MLB ballpark in the heart of the city, but why is it the Fieldhouse? Arena or center was just too normal for a place like Cleveland, I guess. Smoothie King Center in New Orleans, Louisiana. You might be able to take the streetcar to the game, but the walk to the arena from the tram station will be an adventure. And not in a good way. With sports gambling becoming legal and more regulated, I could see a new arena being built closer to the casinos in NOLA. I will never get over how the team name should be the New Orleans Jazz instead of the Utah Jazz. Footprint Center in Phoenix, Arizona. This is basically the same setup as Cleveland, just a little bit worse in terms of transit and walkability. Honestly, this arena could not be in a better spot in the city, so it's more of a product of Phoenix's lack of urbanism than anything. However, the team inside the arena will more than make up for the lack of energy just outside the arena. Paycom Center in OKC. It gets pretty ugly from here. What more can you expect from OKC? It's silly that they have an NBA team over Seattle or Vancouver. It literally looks like the arena sits in the middle of a rural area. This is Oklahoma City Boulevard. Hey, nice sidewalks though. Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. The Philly Sports Complex. Technically, I think it makes sense for the link to be isolated and with ample parking, since it sits empty for the majority of the year outside of football season. But Wells Fargo should be closer to the city center, since it holds several more events like Flyers games and concerts, etc. With that said, Philly does have proposals to build a new arena on Market Street in the Fashion District. But the real question is, can the Sixers continue the streak of losing in championship games like the Eagles and Phillies? And the absolute worst arena for people is the AT&T Center in San Antonio, Texas. There's not one, not two, but 8 parking lots surrounding the arena controlled by the team. It's definitely the only arena where you are better off taking a mountain bike than a bus or train. It's just kind of weird. There is no public transit available to get to the arena. It's honestly kind of impressive. This was fun. Sports are very much intertwined in the urban fabric of cities. It brings people together, creates a sense of unity and camaraderie. The majority of cities understand this, but there will always be laggards. What other top 10s do you want to see? Let me know in the comments.